Thank you. Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
The decision you're making is about so much more than where you'll spend the next 4 years. It's about how you'll live the next 40. So let me break down the Taylor University experience. We integrate faith and learning to become well-rounded, lifelong learners, while delivering a deeper knowledge of our specific areas of study. Whether you're producing award-winning films, building satellites for NASA, or preparing for a national ethics debate, Taylor will push you to excel in your field. But excellence isn't always about having the right answers. Sometimes it's about asking the right questions. Taylor is interdenominational. That means we can't always fall back on specific church doctrine to settle issues. We rely on scripture and the dynamic nature of iron sharpening iron to better know the God who's not afraid of our question. Much of this happens in the small town of Upland, Indiana, the place where Taylor does life together. But don't let this small town fool you. The schedule is packed with things to do, and through these activities, faculty, staff, and students become more than individuals occupying the same address. They become a community. But this community isn't limited to the campus. We travel, boy do we travel. We are ranked as one of the top 10 schools in the country for overseas experiences. But it isn't just about the going. It's about the sharing of those experiences and being challenged by those who come to Upland as their international experience. Taylor is one of a few Christian colleges that expects all students to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Now, this doesn't mean Taylor is a Christian Disneyland, full of cardboard cutout perfection. Taylor is full of real people with real problems, and living together can get kind of messy. But in that mess, we take Jesus' call from John 13 seriously. We practice picking up our towel and dealing with the mess in each other's lives. We're not here just to follow the rules for 4 years. Instead, we hope to learn to live authentic lives, calling each other to lives of meaning. Every day, our focus remains on the 40, not just the 4. We'd love to show you more about Taylor. Come visit, sit in on a class, go to chapel, spend a night in a residence hall. Experience the difference for yourself.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
At outside hitter, a 6-foot senior from Spring Lake, Michigan, number 14, Zudema. At middle hitter, 6-foot senior from Lawrence, Michigan, number 20, Kelsey Smith. And their libero at sophomore, 5'4" sophomore from South Bend, Illinois, number 4, Gina Novotny. The Blazers are coached by Katie Von Hoeflingen, and they're assisted by Sarah Miller, Mike Alejandro, Stephanie Home, and Lincoln J. And now fans, get on your feet for the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. At middle hitter, 6-foot junior from Stewart, Nebraska, number 4, Julia Honorenti. And number 11, Sam Ford. And finally, our honorary member from Team Impact, Ellie Weaver. Your Trojans are coached by Aaron Luby and are assisted by Chandra Hepler.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a good one tonight here from Odell Arena. Sammy 2's been gone for the summer. They've improved their costumes. They brought a speaker blaring ABBA's Dancing Queen into Odell Arena tonight. So they're ready to go. We hope you're ready to go here tonight, here from Odell Arena. Taylor will be in the home purple uniforms with white numbers and white letters trimmed in black. Grace will be in the white uniforms tonight. They have black numbers trimmed in red, and Grace is in red on the back. The libero is Gina Novotny for Grace. She is in red, a red uniform tonight. Sam Korn is the libero for TU. She wears white tonight, and she is wearing number 11 instead of her normal number 7. Taylor's in the court to our left to start. Grace is in the court to our right. One of only 8 or 9 home matches for Taylor this season, and all come against Crossroads League foes. So an important home opener tonight for TU. A little bit different than what you see in other sports where they would open up at home against a non-conference opponent, but a big one tonight as they try to erase last year's struggles against Grace. They lost in both matches against the Lancers a year ago. They lost 3-1 here on the home floor in early October, and they fell in 5 at Grace. 3-2 at the end of August a year ago. The Trojans will serve first. It's Sam Korn, this week's Crossroads League Defender of the Week. And we are underway here from Odell Arena. Novotny will play it up to the far side of the floor. This one lands out on the right-handed swing from Zudema. And the attack error from Zudema gives Taylor an early 1-0 lead. This place is a nut house right now with as many people have packed themselves in here. But then Korn will give the point right back as that service error will float out of bounds. So a 1-1 our score here just underway in set 1. Zudema goes back to serve for Grace. 6-foot senior outside hitter. Throws it a mile in the air and drives it over the right hand. Haley Harrell over to Grace Isaacs, tapped over to the seats, and that's going to go down as a point on the kill for Grace Isaacs as she just got her hand on it. It was deflected over by a Lancer front row member, and then it was deflected out to the seats across from us. Zudema out, Caroline Mayer in, and one of the 3 seniors on the Trojan roster, Jamie Sherb, for the first time, and the UT Martin transfer will go back to serve. Number 3 from Carmel, Indiana, spent 2 years at UT Martin, then transferred here before last season. Right-handed smash from Sherb. Novotny plays it high to the near side of the floor, and Teal dug in the back row by Ashley Harrell. Haley far side, Amanda Adams. Adams brings the right hand home, and Taylor has jumped out to a 3-1 lead on back-to-back kills, first from Isaacs and now by Adams. Adams came in last year after the injury to both Callie Drage and Becca Gehrig, and the freshman last year got plenty of experience a year ago, and it's paid off as a sophomore, and a pinpoint swing from Lexi Openheis finds the near side corner and gets Grace on the board once again. They're back to within one, down 3-2. Novotny, the libero for GC, will serve over to our right. A right-hand serve. It goes off of Sherb's hands, and it lands in the near side seats, and that will be a service ace for Novotny. Our first ace from either side tonight after Taylor had all the momentum on their side of the floor. Back-to-back points for Grace has tied her opening set up at 3 apiece. And now Sammy 2 comes to full throat down below us. Korn will play up to Haley Hale, far sideline to Adams. This one dug by the back row of Grace. Near sideline Teal, dug by the leaping Sam Korn. Haley Harrell back to Adams, will tip it down the line, and it falls in for TU. As Adams had that one hit off the right pinky, it danced down the net and lands in for the second kill for 16 in purple. Jessica Dodane, the freshman at 5 feet even, will come in to serve. She's joined by the senior outside hitter, Addie Bailey. And Dodane uncorks a bomb to the back row. In the middle, tapped, blocked back over by Isaacs. To the far side of the floor, Mayer will have it tipped, played up by Sherb. Korn along to the far sideline, and Addie Bailey will go deep. Hill plays it back, tapped over. Haley Harrell taps it up to Korn. Far sideline to give Bailey a go. She'll tool off the block, and the senior collects her first kill at home here this season. A 2-point advantage for TU, and the juice is flowing across the parquet floor for the home side tonight. As Dodane uncorks another one. This one just over the back line on a swing from Openheis. Her first attack error. And Taylor takes their largest lead of the first set. They're up 6-3. And Dodane will continue to serve. Hill to the near side of the floor, right over the block of Harrell by Teal. That's dug by Korn for TU. Far sideline Bailey into the net, and that'll give a point right back to Grace. It trims that TU advantage down to 2 at 6-4. And Michaela Bell comes in here for Grace. She'll serve, replacing Openheis. Clean received by Sherb. Haley Harrell right back to Isaac. She'll go cross-court, dug by Bell. Hill will hustle after it, and then a back row swing, dug by the leaning Korn. Here's Bailey from Harrell. Played up by Bell once again. Near side Teal, dug by Korn once again for Taylor. Haley Harrell sets up Bailey. She'll try to tool through the block, but Novotny is there for the dig. She'll knock it over on a third hit. Dodane up to Haley Harrell. Here's Isaacs, but she'll tomahawk that one right into the middle. Taps her chest, saying that was my bad on a good-looking set from Haley Harrell. First error by Isaacs. Back-to-back points here to Grace have drawn them to within 1. Down 6-5 in set number 1. And now Taylor will go back in front by 1 as Bell airmails one deep. Grace Isaacs comes in to serve. And they're going to move the Taylor reserves back off the floor. Isaacs, after the first weekend of play, leads the team with 4 aces. This one received cleanly by Mayer of Grace. A quick setup. Isaacs will dig into the back row, but a net violation called against the Trojans, against Julia Pomeranke. Isaacs exits, and Korn will come back into libero to replace her. Kelsey Zudema back in on the rotation here for Grace. And going back to serve is Kaylee Teal. Dodane, Korn collides with her, still able to get the ball over to Bailey. She'll softly tap it over the net, pinballed around, Sherb digs, Pomeranke up over the net, and then it's tomahawked right down by Zudema, right to the weak near side corner where Taylor had rotated from. So give Zudema a block, and once again our first set is level. This time it's 7-aside. And then Teal gives it right back as she serves it right into the middle of the net. TU back in front 8-7, and for the first time at home, here comes the freshman Ryan Zerniak, a natural lefty that has opened up things offensively for TU here in the fall of 2018. The former setter of the year, Haley Harrell, goes back. It's played forward by Novotny. Down the middle, Teal behind the 10-foot line. That one a line drive out of bounds and increases the Taylor lead to 2 at 9-7. So another error by Teal. Harrell to the near side of the floor, tapped up far side, having to sit in there, goes through Pomeranke's hands and give the kill to Lockmuller. Lockmuller didn't get all of that one with her right hand, but got enough to get it over the net and through the hands of Pomeranke. Emily Sharp, the 5'2 sophomore, comes in for the first time. She serves with Grace down 9-8 in set one. Here's Zerniak, left side. That one just tipped off the hands of Teal. And the lefty Zerniak gets her first kill and gives Taylor a 2-point advantage once again.
Kill by number 15, Ryan Zerniak.
So 10-8 the Trojan lead. Ashley Harrell back in. They replace Dodane. She replaces Dodane. Amanda Adams back in. She replaces Haley Harrell. Or excuse me, Addie Bailey, excuse me. A. Harrell serves it over, scooped off the floor. Right at the net, there's Adams to tap it down. And Taylor back in front by 3, 11-8, as Adams is waiting for that one right at the net. Third kill for Adams here in set one. As students continue to file in here to Odell Arena, making their way over from the dining commons just a few short yards away. A. Harrell serves it right down the middle. Teal to Hill, back to the near side, and Zunema tapping it over. Off the net, played back by Zerniak, but they'll say it hits off the near side antenna on the diving attempt by Haley Harrell. And that draws the Taylor lead back down to 2. The setter, Alexa Hill, will get this one over, floating it short. Korn in the middle, Harrell has to scoot after it. Here's Adams. Tapping it deep, and Teal will play it forward. Hill to the far side of the floor, right over the block. Korn digs the swing from open highs. Directed around, and Haley Harrell will scoot it over. Down the middle, dug in the back row by A. Harrell. H. Harrell to the lefty, Zerniak, trying to pinpoint that far corner, and that one just was tipped at the net. And the second kill for Zerniak pushes that Taylor lead back to 3. It looked like that one wasn't going to land on the far sideline. It might have just landed over. But it was tipped in the net, and Zerniak gets her second kill. Korn to serve for Taylor. Her libero counterpart Novotny receives it. Right down the middle comes Zunema with a powerful right hand. First kill for Zunema to go with a block and an error. And she's drawn Grace back to within 2, and she'll go back to serve with the Lancers down 12-10. Grace comes in 6-2 on the year. She'll throw it a mile in the air to Zunema and hit it right into the net, giving the point right back that she just earned. TU back in front by 3. Zerniak out. Sherb back in to serve for Taylor. Sherb with 2 aces on the year. Floating it deep, and this one scooped forward. Hill to the far sideline and open highs. Tipped to the net and controlled by H. Harrell. To the far sideline from Korn. Here's Adams tooling off the block, pinballs around, and a lift. And a lift is called, it looks like, here against Grace. No score on the scoreboard just yet, but Sherb will reserve again. Open highs, blocked right back over. It's Isaacson Adams closing on the far side pin. And Taylor back in front by 4, 14-10, their largest lead of the night. Sherb will continue to serve. A knuckleball right over that's somehow handled by Grace. Here's Teal storming down Sherb towards the scoreboard on the far side. Adams plays it back, and Sherb will go off the heel of her hand and into the bottom of the net. Three-point lead for TU at a 14-11 margin. as Novotny, the Grace libero, will serve it over. Received by her libero counterpart, Korn. Haley Harrell to Adams. Novotny digs it back over. Harrell gets it back from Grace. Here's Adams one more time. Dug from the back row by Mayer. A late swing and then just punched over as Lockmuller came floating back down to earth. Adams will tap it over. Novotny digs. Jousting at the net. Whistle blows and TU gets the point of a net violation against Grace, saying that the Lancers' hands came over the net. And Taylor's lead back to 4 at 15-11. As Grace head coach Katie Van Hofwegeren gets an explanation across from us. And the subs allowed now to come in. Addie Bailey and Jessica Dodane replacing Ashley Harrell and Amanda Adams. 15-11, the Taylor lead, the 4-point margin, their largest of the night. And Alexa Hill, the speaking captain for Grace, gets the explanation. And the explanation not to the satisfaction of head coach Katie Van Hofwegeren as she shakes her head in disgust. Dodane serves it over. Here's Teal storming down the near side. Diving dig from Dodane. Sherb over to Bailey over the block and played up by Mayer. Teal again near side off the net. Back over. Taylor looking for a fourth hit, but then Grace can't get it back over once again. And Taylor has increased the lead to 16-11. And that forces a Grace timeout. The first here of set number 1. The home opener and the league opener for the Taylor volleyball team. Going really well right now. Trojans up 16-11, just past the halfway point of set 1 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Taylor with the serve out of the Grace timeout. Dodane still back doing the serving. Trojans lead by a set-high 5-point margin, 16-11 here in set 1. Dodane will beat one over off the top of the net. Hill will play it far side to open highs over the block and punched up by Sherb. Then tapped right down beautifully by Kaylee Teal of Grace. Well done by Teal. And that stops the Taylor momentum. They've ripped off 2 in a row and pushed the lead to 5. Lead back down now to 4. Dodane up to Harrell off the serve. Bailey's got to reach up high. It's tapped back over. Korn retreats, and here's Bailey for another go. Novotny digs. Teal behind the 10-foot line. Ropes one over and dug by Korn. Haley Harrell to the middle of the floor, and Bailey right over the block, but too far over the near sideline, out. And back-to-back points for Grace have drawn them back to within 3. Taylor was close to running away and hiding here in set 1, up by 5 at 16-11. The back-to-back points for Grace have given the Lancers new life. Isaacs, soft tap, sent back over by GC. Bailey, far sideline, a right-hand sweep, played up by Michaela Bell. To the near sideline, Teal once again. Bailey couldn't get a good hand on it underneath the dig attempt, and it goes squirting underneath the net, and then 3 straight points for Grace out of the timeout. The 5-point Taylor lead now down to 2 at 16-14 here in set 1. Bailey to the middle of the floor and Haley Harrell. Isaacs will tap it over, and it's dug by Novotny. Hill, a sweep over by Lockmuller, and Sherb couldn't get a good hand on it as it went off the heels of her hands. And in the blink of an eye, Grace out of a much-needed timeout by head coach Katie Van Hofwegeren has gotten back to within 1 after trailing by 5. They've scored 4 in a row and trail 16-15. Bailey trying to change that, and that one goes right into the net. And our match of set 1 is even at 16 apiece. And that's going to force a Taylor timeout. After they forced a Grace timeout, the Lancers score 5 straight out of their own TO. And our first set now even at 16 apiece here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Five in a row for Grace has forced the first Taylor timeout of set 1 as our first set is even at 16 aside. Bailey receives it to Haley Harrell, back to the near sideline, and Grace Isaacs. Dug by Novotny in the middle, dug by Korn on the swing from Lockmuller. Here's Bailey, far sideline. A left-hand tap is corralled by Teal of Grace. She'll get it back from Hill and dug by Scher. Back behind the 10-foot line, Scher will lollipop one over, wide far side. That's 6 in a row for Grace. They've taken their first lead of the night. They're up 17-16. Taylor needs a point here in the worst way possible to get a little bit of momentum back on their side. Bailey trying to do that. It's blocked and then dug. Teal through the block, dug by Korn in the back row. Haley Harrell to Addie Bailey through the block, tapped once, twice, 3 times and over by Grace. Haley Harrell, a slide to Isaacs. Slide drives one right through, and that gets us back to even at 17 apiece as Isaacs, calm, cool, and collected with a laser beam from that right hand. Now the Kentucky native will go back to serve. And there's another bomb from that right hand. Teal near sideline, tooling off the block, and Teal gets another kill here for Grace. They have been feeding her swings all night, with Zunema, one of their better players, coming in slightly less rotations. Back in front is Grace at 18-17, and the young lady that put in there, Teal, will serve it. Harrell over Bailey's head. Pomeranke will push it through, and it's dug by Teal. A late swing, second time we've seen Lockmuller jump too early and have to float in the air. This time she was unable to get the ball over. We're back to even at 18 apiece here in set 1. Ryan Zerniak back in for the Trojans. Haley Harrell back to serve. Hill underneath to the near side, and Zunema off the top of the net, dug by Harrell. Korn will scamper after it, and then Harrell will 2-arm it over. That's Haley Harrell. Hill setting it up down the middle, and once again it's Lockmuller playing it into the net on another too early jump from Aiden White. And that puts Taylor in front by 1, 19-18. A low serve just over the top of the net from Haley Harrell. Zunema through the block, and that one will tool off the block attempt of Pomeranke and Zerniak. Second kill for Zunema, both from the near side of the floor. And we're back to even here in set 1 at 19-19. Emily Sharp enters for Grace, and she'll serve. A skip and a swing. Zerniak up, Haley Harrell underneath, back to Zerniak. A left-hand punch, and Teal will dig it up to Hill. In the middle, and another early jump. This time it's Kelsey Smith. The last 3 points given back to the Trojans have all been from 2 early jumps from Grace front row players. And Taylor back in front by 1, 20-19. Taylor led 16-11 to force a Grace timeout. Since then, they've been outscored 8-4. Adams and A. Harrell back in. A. Harrell will serve. So it's the Harrells, Korn, Zerniak, Pomeranke, and Adams, the 6 out there for Taylor. Hill down the middle to Zunema. Over the block, dug by Korn, cross court, but then just out of the reach of Haley Harrell trying to get to it. Third kill for Kelsey Zunema, the senior. Ties our set once again at 20 this time. The setter, Alexa Hill, will do the serving here for GC. A short float serve, both Korn and Adams there, scooped up by Ashley Harrell, and Haley Harrell will play it over. But 4 hits the call here against the Trojans. And it looked like if it was going to be anything, it would have been a double hit against somebody, but they called it 4. So for the first time since they were up 18-17, Grace leads by 1. They're up 21-20 here in set number 1. Ashley Harrell will try to serve it. It goes off the side of her head and down for an ace here for Grace. And Taylor will take their second and final timeout of set number 1, down by 2 here in set 1, 22-20 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your attack percentages here in set 1, nothing to write home to your mother about, both below 100. Grace at .075, Taylor at .056. Taylor with 8 kills, Grace with 12. 2 blocks for Taylor, but Grace has 3 aces. Pretty even, as you would guess, a 22-20 match in set 1. After the ace, Adams will receive it cleanly. Haley Harrell near side to Zerniak. There's that left-hand power from the freshman, and Taylor back to within 1. Third kill for Zerniak, ties her with Adams for team high honors. And a great start out of the TO. Korn plays it deep on the serve. Back to the middle, here comes Zunema. Out of bounds, not touched by Taylor. No, they'll say a late touch by our official on the far side, to the displeasure of those cheering for the team in purple. 4th kill for Zunema. And Grace now up 23-21. Taylor needs a point here, down by 2 late in the first set. Zunema throws it a mile in the air. Korn receives it cleanly. Haley Harrell, here's Zerniak. Can't get the dig, it's Novotny. Zerniak's 4th kill keeps Taylor in it, down 1, 23-22 in set numero 1. And that ignites the Sammy 2 dorm down below us. Gives Zunema 6 kills on the evening to lead everybody, and only 1 error in her 9 swings. A good night so far for 14 and white. Sherb will knuckle one over just the top of the net. Hill to Teal. Over the block, scraped off the floor by Ashley Harrell. The play behind the line, Sherb will dart one over with 2 hands. They set up, open highs, tapped up, over, tapped down by Grace. Korn calls for it, setting up Adams. Right down, and we're tied. A long rally, and then Amanda Adams brings the hammer from that left side of the floor. Timeout, Grace, as Adams ignites the Odell Arena crowd. We're dead even at 23 here in set 1 on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Amanda Adams' fourth kill has tied us at 23 in set one. The senior Jamie Sherb will serve it over for TU. Hill will scamper underneath. Here's Teal near side. A soft tap just ticks off the front row of Taylor as Sherb was too late to try to get there on a late dive. And that ball just died before Sherb could get to it. Fourth kill for Teal puts Grace here at set point. 24-23 in set one. Novotny, the libero, will serve it over. Harrell tapped down the line and blocked at the net by Grace. Their first block of the night ends set one as they win 25-23 after Taylor had a 5-point lead at 16-11. They are outscored 14-7 to end set one. We're back with set two after this commercial break here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
We look into the stands as we get ready to start set two. We obviously see the familiar face of the new assistant coach for the Taylor volleyball team, Kayla Hunter. When she played here, she was known as Kayla Springer. She got married this past summer to former Taylor baseball pitcher Luke Hunter. She's finishing her second year in the Mahi program. She's on the staff this year with Coach Aaron Luthi. Alex Reel, a former top libero for the Trojans, in the stands across from us tonight with some new blonde in her brunette hair. Zunema over, a diving dig from Haley Harrell. Korn keeps it alive. Here's Adams through the block, and Taylor on the board first here in set two. Adams led Taylor with 4 kills in set one. As the Trojans hit 100 in the opening frame, Grace 111. And Sherb will go back to serve. Taylor looking for that first ace tonight. It will not come here on this serve. Open highs, digging in, not able to get to it as Ashley Harrell. Open highs gets her second kill after having 1 kill and 2 errors in the first set. And we're dead even at 1 apiece here in set 2. Grace won set 1, 25-23. Zudema, who led the match in kills in set 1 with 6, will serve it over. Ashley Harrell scrapes it off the parquet floor, and there's that snap, a right-hand swing from Grace Isaacs. Her third kill puts Taylor back on top, 2-1. Bailey and Dodane back in. Adams and Ashley Harrell exit. Caroline Mayer in for Grace. She replaces Zudema. Dodane, a right-hand smash, and that one almost fell in for an ace. But then smashed deep by Teal. Her third attack error gives Taylor a 2-point clearance in set 2, up 3-1. The chant is "Let's go Trojans" from the Sammy 2 dorm fellas down below us. Teal, cross court, setting up, or as is Teal, excuse me. Sherba straight into the air dig. Bailey on the near side, a right-hand swing through everybody, dug by Mayer. Just tapped over the net by Grace. Korn to Harrell. Bailey trying to go deep, and that one too far. Fourth error by Bailey tonight to go with 1 kill on now 16 swings. And that brings GC back to within 1, down 3-2. A clean receive by Dodane on the serve. Harrell to Isaacs, blocked back over, pinballed around and scooped over by Korn. Almost trouble for Grace as they had a clean block that was nullified by TU. Harrell to Bailey. Was that tapped? Taylor wants it. They're not going to get it as Bailey line drives one out of bounds, trying to go cross court to the far side. And set 2 even at 3. Novotny, the libero, back to serve for Grace. Sherb receives it straight into the air. Here's Isaacs, right side of the floor. Off the hands of Mayer. Sliding to keep it alive is Hill, and Open Highs will scoop it over. Haley Harrell swept over by Isaacs, dug by Mayer, and here's Teal left side. There's Isaacs to thwart it back over the net. To the near side, and Open Highs tipped. Haley Harrell into the sky. Korn back to the near side, and Bailey will sweep it over, and Mayer tracks it beautifully for the dig. Teal, a change-up swing just in front of the diving Sherb. Teal with her 5th kill gives Grace their first second set lead. They're up 4-3. Novotny still serving here for GC in front of a packed house here for the home opener for the Taylor volleyball team. Isaacs far sideline, a laser beam dug over by Mayer. Dug by Bailey on the other side for TU. She gets it back from Harrell over everybody, but a diving dig by Novotny. Korn slides in for the dig for Taylor. Harrell to Bailey, another go tomahawking off the top of the net, and Novotny will set up Teal on the far side. Blocked back over and kept alive by Novotny again. A late swing, and there's a dig from Dodane of Taylor. Bailey from Harrell. She punched it too awkwardly off the right-hand fist, trying to go down the line, and it goes out of bounds, and Grace rolling right now, up by 2, 5-3. So far, Grace hitting over. They're going to give another point right back on another service error. I was going to say they were hitting close to 150 here in the set, as Taylor has yet to get their attack percentage above 0. And for the first time tonight, we see the freshman Nikki Parrott, who has a bomb serve. She'll throw it, sachet up, and then uncork one, but it goes right into the net on the right side of the floor. And that puts Grace back in front by a deuce at 6-4. Michaela Bell, who had 5 digs in that first set, will come in for the first time here in set 2 and do the serving for Grace. Isaacs out along with Parrott. Harrell at the net. It's tapped right around her by Teal. 6th kill for Teal, and Taylor finds themselves down by 3 here in set 2, 7-4. Bell will serve it again. A short one. Both Korn and Dodane almost collided. They keep it alive, does Taylor. Bailey sweeping it over. Hill, a drop shot, a pancake dig from Korn, then trying to punch to the far corner is Haley Harrell. Here's Teal, blocked over by Pomeranke, pinballed around and scooped over on a third hit by Grace. Harrell, drop shot, blocked, and then Harrell scoops it up, and Pomeranke will slap it over with the right hand. A short set up and unable to close on the block was Taylor as Lockmuller gets the kill, her fourth of the night and first of set two, as Grace has doubled up Taylor 8-4 in set two, and they force a Taylor timeout, leading the match 1-0. This is Taylor Volleyball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Taylor's been doubled up here in set two, down 8-4. They have a negative hitting percentage, just 2 kills for the Trojans and 3 errors. Grace, meanwhile, hitting .214 here in set one, 4 kills and an error here for the Lancers. So out of the TU timeout, they need a point in the worst way possible. And Bell will serve one short that Bailey receives. Behind the 10-foot line, Korn will smash it over. To Teal, over the block, played back by Sherb, can't get to it as Dodane. And Taylor now down by a match-high 5, 9-4. Taylor started rolling about midway through the first set, building up that 16-11 lead to force a Grace timeout. The Lancers scored 5 straight out of that timeout. And then they're going to drop in an ace here just inside the back line. Their 4th ace of the night gives them a 10-4 lead, taking a stranglehold early here in set 2. First ace of the night for Michaela Bell. Jamie Sherb out. The Trojans will bring in Abby DeSimpler. So serve receive has been a problem here tonight for the Trojans. DeSimpler will try to come in and change that. Bell, another short one. Korn to Haley Harrell. To Bailey, has to reach back and get it. Try to pick the far corner, but it's dug by Mayer. Knocked around on the block. Pomeranke gets it over on a third hit for TU. In the middle, deep. Dodane couldn't get to it. A good swing from Lockmuller. Her 5th kill for Grace. And they've got Taylor on the ropes here, down 11-4 in set 2. And Grace took set 1 25-23. Trying to win 3 straight matches after sweeping the season series this year ago. And this one goes through DeSimpler's hands. Another ace here for Grace. The second one for Michaela Bell in the set, and the 5th one of the match here for GC. They lead by 8, 12-4. Taylor needing a point in the worst way possible right here. Bailey trying to give it to him. Sends it off the block, controlled by Mayer. Back to Teal, far side. She'll tool off the block around Pomeranke and Harrell. And Teal collects her 7th kill, best in the match so far. And the Trojans down by a match-high 9, 13-4. And the second and final timeout taken by Taylor head coach Aaron Luthi. With her Trojans down by 9 here in our second set, they trail in the match 1-0. This is Taylor Volleyball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
So Taylor out of timeouts here in set 2, down 13-4. Serve receive off the net. Korn will knock it over on a third hit. Diving in and trying to keep it alive was Bell. This one goes off our chair umpire. And that will stop the roll here for Grace and get Taylor on the board for the first time in a long time. It stops what was an 8-0 barrage from Grace. They had gone from leading 5-3, or 5-4, excuse me. Teal, a solo block by Zerniak, who was waiting for Teal to come storming down the lane and said, "No, ma'am." Back-to-back points out of the timeout. 13-6 as Harrell tried to drop one in. A changeup. Korn couldn't get the pancake dig in time, and after having a rough go of it in set 1, Michaela Lockmuller grooving here in set 2. She has 6 kills. But remember, for 1 point there in set 1, she had 3 swings in a row where she gave points right back to Taylor. It's back to an 8-point lead for Grace, up 14-6 in set 2. Pomeranke swing sent back over the net. Bailey trying to get it over, and a violation called against TU on a double hit. And it's back to a 9-point deficit for Taylor. Down 15-6 in set 2, trailing a set in the match. Teal a float serve, read by Zerniak. Harrell back to Zerniak, left-hand swing. Dug by Novotny. Off the block, dug by Korn, keeping it alive and scooping it over is Bailey. Swept up by Teal, Hill in the middle. And a good dig on Lockmuller by Harrell. Zerniak, lefty, tooling off the block, and Zerniak trying to keep Taylor in it. 5th kill for the freshman Ryan Zerniak. Redshirt transfer from Hawaii, Jasmine Kyoho Hina-Molina. All 6'4" of her trying to urge her teammates on as she gets to take part in her first home match here at Taylor. She redshirts this year, and then she gets to unleash her talent on the opponents a year from now. But she's trying to keep her mates in it right now. Lockmuller, dug. They give it back to Zerniak, the hot hand, and the freshman keeps it rolling. 3 straight for Taylor, 6 kills for Zerniak. And Taylor down 7, 15-8. They get 2 in a row. Ashley Harrell, a short float serve. Hill down the middle to Lockmuller, and just over the kneeling Korn's head. Another kill for Lockmuller. Her 7th. That ties her with match-high honors with her teammate Kaylee Teal. So Grace doubles up Taylor once again, 16-8. Here in set 2, they won set 1 and come from behind fashion, 25-23. Near side serve from Sharp. Korn to Haley Harrell. Left side swing over there by Zerniak. Slipping as Adams, touching it twice. Ashley Harrell somehow scoops it over the net. She's slung to the near corner. Zudema blocked over by Zerniak, but dug by Adams. Harrell to Zerniak, right through, and Zerniak, a red-hot left hand, keeps answering every call from Grace. And the freshman with a team-high 7 kills keeps Taylor within fighting distance. 16-9, the deficit. Korn will knuckle one over. Scraped off the floor by Teal, out of bounds on a swing from the near side by Kelsey Smith. No kills and 2 errors for 20 and white. And that has ignited the crowd here down below us, with Taylor down by 6. Bell to Hill, to the middle to Zudema, a changeup, and well done to place that over the block. Zudema with her first kill of the second set gives her 7 for the match. And that matches the lead for Grace. They're up 17-10. Hill, the setter, will dribble. She had 12 assists in set 1. This one received by Ashley Harrell. Korn to Adams on the near side, off the near side antenna. And that's an error for Amanda Adams, who was clean in set 1. And that will push the Grace lead back to 8 at 18-10. Again, Hill will go back to serve one more time. Korn can't scoop it off the floor clean, and that's another ace for the Lancers. Their 6th one of the night. Taylor, a big 0 in the ace column. That has come back to hurt them here this evening. 3rd ace for Alexa Hill. She has half of the aces for Grace. They're up 19-10. Korn to Harrell, over Isaacs, touched over by Adams. She'll hit the brakes just before she hits the net. Near side, open high. She'll tool off the block and get her third kill of the evening on a right-hand swing from the near side of the floor. And Grace, for yet another time here in set 2, has doubled up the Trojans. They're up 20-10. And trying to take a commanding 2-0 lead here in the Crossroads League opener. Harrell over her head to Zerniak. The left-hand swing tipped and dug by Teal. Back to Zudema far side. A laser beam that's dug by A. Harrell. H. Harrell will tap it over. Circling around to teammate is Novotny. Open eyes has her swing blocked and it's down. Isaacs and Adams combined for the block yet again. Second block for Adams, third one for Isaacs. And Taylor's going to need to go on a run here, down by 9, 20-11 in set 2. Sherbury enters and she'll serve. Just over the top of the net, ticks it. And Hill able to get underneath. Over to open highs. Dug in the back row by Ashley Harrell. Big sis Haley punching it back. It was caught at the net. And a violation against Haley Harrell. She ran into the net. The Taylor fans unhappy with the call. But that puts Grace 4 points away from taking a 2-0 lead. They're up 21-11 here in our second frame. Zudema scoops it high. Korn will scrape it off the parquet floor. Behind the line, a swing up and a lollipop over by Scher. Teal hustles in, tapped by Isaacs, pinballs around. Adams on a third hit will just somehow avoid hitting the antenna. It's a flag on the near side that's still not seen until right now on the Adams swing to get it over. Play continued, and then it was finally realized by our back official on the near side, had his flag in the air saying that Adams' swing on the third hit had hit the near side antenna. It did not look like it hit the antenna from our vantage point, but they'll give the point here to Grace. 22-11, the Grace lead. They have had everything cooking for them here in the second stanza. They're hitting close to 300. Taylor, which was at a negative hitting percentage for most of the second set, is back just over into positive territory. Zudema serves again. A bomb to the back row that the backpedaling Korn receives. Adams will tool off the block with that right hand. 6th kill for Amanda, her second here of set 2. And Taylor down by 10, 22-12. They lost set 1 25-23 after leading set 1 16-11. As now Dodane along with Bailey re-enter for TU, replacing Ashley Harrell and Amanda Adams. Dodane, 5 feet of fury, will serve it over. Tapped, and then Korn will play it over in the middle to Haley Harrell. Here's Isaacs at the net and falls down on Taylor's side, and the point goes to Grace. As their lead continues to go back and stay in double figures, they're up by 11, 23-12. They were up 5-3 and then ripped off an 8-1 onslaught that put this second set almost out of reach for Taylor. Bailey will miss-hit it, and that brings Grace to set point, up 24-12. This second set is going to be something that Taylor is going to like to forget, and they're going to need to do it quickly. As Isaacs will knock the serve back over and falls in to keep Taylor alive. So Isaacs gets her 4th kill of the evening. And here's Nikki Parrott, the freshman, back to serve. Met by Teal. Joust to the net. Over the net, the call against Grace, and our second set continues. Still set point for the Lancers. And back-to-back points by Taylor has drawn them to down by 10, 24-14. Here's Parrott. Trying to get that first ace. It's played off the net by Hill beautifully. Parrott to H. Harrell in the middle to Pomeranke. Over the net. Here's Bailey! Tomahawking it down off the careen from Grace. Still set point for the Lancers. They lead 24-15. Parrott has got that serve dialed in now after serving the first one in the net. Teal, blocked over, goes right into the grill of Novotny, and Taylor remains alive 5. They've stared set point right in the face, and they've ripped off 4 points in a row, forcing a Grace timeout. Still set point for the Lancers, up 24-16, but Taylor has brought new life back to Odell Arena here on the Trojan Sports Network. The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com. Still set point, but Taylor has ripped off 4 points in a row. After being down 24-12, Parrott has come in after Taylor was down 24-13, and she's got that monster right-hand serve dialed in. Receiving it cleanly, Mayer, Teal, and then Dodane can't get the clean dig as that goes off the forearms. A second set win on Teal's 9th kill of the night to lead the match, and Grace is set away from sweeping the Crossroads League opener. Grace wins set 2 by a final of 25-16. The Trojans will try to keep the match alive as we head to set 3 after this commercial break. This is Taylor Volleyball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics. It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
A 2-set-to-none lead for Grace as they try to win the Crossroads League opener. here against the Taylor Trojans. Grace won set 1 25-23. They won set 2 in commanding fashion 25-16 on the back of an 8-0 run. They led 5-3. And actually, check that, they were down 3-2. And then went on an 11-1 outburst to put Taylor down 13-4 to force Taylor to take their second and final timeout. The Trojans hit below 100 in set 2. Grace 167. They have 3 players with at least 7 kills, led by Kaylee Teal with a match-high 9. Lockmuller was 7. Zudema was 7. The Trojans' leader with 7 is Zerniak. First serve is Taylor's, and the swing over by Grace. Haley Harrell near side to Zerniak, and she stays perfect. 8 kills, no errors for the lefty freshman. And just like in the first 2 sets, Taylor gets the first point. And Korn will serve it over again, and a miscommunication for Grace, and finally, Taylor gets their first ace of the evening. This coming from the libero, Sam Korn. And for the first time all night, Taylor leads 2-0 to start a set. And Korn will serve it again. A floater deep, this time received by Teal. Hill to Zudema, over the block, dug by Korn as she leapt forward. Adams far side, dug and controlled on the dig by Novotny. Back to the far side where it came from, and Bell will hit it into the net. Her first error, and Taylor takes a 3-0 lead in set 3 with their match hanging in the balance. And Korn again will serve it up. Hill underneath, a back row swing from Teal. Dug by Korn, Harrell to Adams. Right over the block, but it's dug beautifully by Teal in the back row. Ashley Harrell scoots for the dig. Korn keeps it alive. Haley Harrell will sky this one over after a big swing from Zudema. Down the line, tooling off the block, scooped up, and Taylor just can't keep the ball alive as Michaela Bell comes in from the right side of the floor. She's got that left wrist and thumb now taped, and it's Bell's first kill, and it gets Grace on the board, down 3-1. Trying to sweep our match tonight, 3-0. They took sets 1 and 2, 25-23 and 25-16. Zudema over and dug by A. Harrell. H. Harrell to Zerniak. Through the block and dug up by Zudema. Outside the line, through the block and dug by A. Harrell. H. Harrell sets up Adams cross court, and then it's dug to the seats by Novotny. Kill number 7 for Amanda Adams. And gives Taylor the 3-point cushion once again at 4-1. Sherb in, Zerniak out, and Sherb will serve. Hill will scoot underneath to the near sideline, and Teal off the block. Sherb calmly digs it up to Harrell. Here's Adams right through the block. Was it tipped? No, it was not. Taylor head coach Aaron Luthi thought it was tipped, but instead a miss by Adams, her 4th error. And gives Grace their second point of set 3. They're down 4-2. Sherb up to H. Harrell. Here's Isaacs, blocked back over. Korn keeps it up. Harrell back to the middle of the floor, slamming it over as Ashley Harrell. That one looked to be destined for out of bounds, but Grace will play it anyway. Teal on a third hit, dug by Harrell. Harrell sets up Isaacs, and that one just sneaks inside the near sideline. 5th kill for Isaacs to go with 3 blocks, and Taylor leads 5-2 in set 3. Dodane and Bailey back in. Adams getting a coaching tip from Kayla Springer. Now Hunter. Hill after the serve receive, a little punch over. Korn digs the swing from Lockmuller. Bailey cross court, and it's dug on the near side by Novotny. Teal on the near sideline, wraps it around the block and out of bounds near sideline. 6th error by Kaylee Teal to go with her 9 kills. And Taylor with a 4-point cushion in set 3, up 6-2, down 2-0 in the match. Dodane, line drives it out of bounds deep. 6-3, the Taylor lead now. Here's Bell, who has 2 aces to her name tonight. Grace with 6 in the match so far. Sherb receives it to Haley Harrell, and then Isaacs will pick that far corner. 6th kill for Isaacs. And the Taylor lead back to 4 at 7-3 as Mayer will exit for Grace, and they'll bring in Zudema. The Trojans bring in Parrott, who had that first serve of hers go right into the net. Everyone since has been dialed in. She'll throw it in the air, she'll saunter forward, and then explode it out of that right hand. Novotny up to Hill, dug in the back row by Dodane, Pomeranke off the net, and then Bailey will swing it deep. Novotny digs it and Teal gets underneath. Behind the line swing, this is from Zudema. Harrell back to Bailey. Her classmate had it tipped in the net, and Zudema there for another dig. Teal near sideline through the block, and that one lands just in front of Jessica Dodane. 10th kill for Kaylee Teal, our first player in double-figure kills tonight. And the Taylor lead trimmed down to 3, 7-4 here in set 3. And Teal will go back to serve. Korn off balance. Underneath is Dodane, and Bailey tried to play it in front of the bench, and she won't be able to get to it in time. The point will go to Grace. Serve receive has been an issue for the Trojans tonight, and it's reared its ugly head at the worst moments here this evening. Their once 4-point lead is now down to 2. And then Sherb behind the line will send this one into the net. The Taylor lead now down to 7-6. Haley Harrell to the far sideline, and Bailey who plays it into the net, and Bailey is at a rough night. That's her 8th attack error on the evening. And it's a 7-7 set 3. The Trojans led 6-2. And Grace right now on a 5-1 outburst. Dodane slides in to receive the serve. Haley Harrell over to Bailey far side, and it's dug up. They'll work it to Zudema near side off the block, and then Sherb will dig it back over. Tapped back, played back by Korn. Then a miscommunication between Dodane and Bailey as they both stopped and watched the ball land in between them. And that gives Grace their first lead of set 3. They're up 8-7. And Teal continues to rock the serve. And she'll send this one out of bounds. And we're back to even in set 3 at 8 apiece. As Zerniak comes back in, she replaces Jamie Sherb. Haley Harrell, the former Crossroads League Setter of the Year, will send it over to Zudema near side around the block, and there's Haley Harrell for the serve. Korn setting up Bailey far sideline. That one right in between two Grace defenders. 3rd kill for Bailey, and Taylor back in front by 1, 9-8. Hill to the near side of the floor, Zudema over the block, and that one out of bounds. Just the 2nd attack error for Zudema tonight, and Taylor takes a 2-point lead in set 3, up 10-8. They trail 2 sets, none in the match. Taylor needs to win 3 in a row. Behind the line swing from Teal, that one out of bounds as well. 7th error by Teal tonight to go with those match-leading 10 kills. And Taylor trying to take advantage of some miscues from Grace. Their lead is 3, 11-8. H. Harrell back serving once again. They play it up to Hill in the middle. On a swing from Lockmuller. Haley Harrell to Zerniak. Dug forward by Teal. A little change-up swing by Lockmuller. Korn to the far side, and Bailey straight line out of bounds. And Taylor's lead back down to 2. 9th error by Bailey tonight. Sharp back serving for Grace. Dodane off the heel of the hand. Haley Harrell tried to keep it alive, but it falls off the net and goes in for another ace here for Grace. 8th ace of the night for Grace, and it's the first one for Sharp, and the Lancers back to within 1, trying to sweep the match. Down 11-10 here in set 3, up 2-0 in the match. Zerniak, this one almost up to the speakers on a dig by Teal. Zudema near sideline, a cross-court dig is there by Korn. Far sideline to Bailey for Taylor. That one slips on through and lands just inside the end line. 4th kill for the senior from Iowa, Addie Bailey. And Taylor gets their 2-point cushion back again, up 12-10. Ashley Harrell, Amanda Adams back in. They replace Dodane and Bailey. A. Harrell will serve it over. Zudema to Hill, back to Zudema. And that one's going to land just inside the far sideline as Korn got out of the way thinking it was going to line drive out of here. 8th kill for Zudema. The two teams seesaw back and forth. The Taylor lead back down to 1 with Hill, who has 3 of the 8 aces for Grace tonight, will do the serving. And she'll send this one into the net. Taylor back in front by a deuce. The 6th service error of the evening for Grace. So they have 8 aces. Their arrows almost wiped out the production from the aces. Zerniak and Isaacs block it back over. Zudema to try again. This time Lally pops it over the block. Korn to Zerniak near side. The lefty will rainbow one over short. To the far sideline and Bell over the block. A pancake dig by the diving Korn. Zerniak gets it over and down for a kill. Korn came flying in, got the palm of her hand down, and then Zerniak collects kill number 9, and the Trojans lead by 3. And Korn will rock a serve to the near corner. Hill down the middle, behind the line swing from Teal, another dig from Korn. Haley Harrell sets up Zerniak, and there's the freshman's first error of the night. That draws Grace back to within a pair, trailing 14-12. Here in set 3, they lead 2-0 in the match. Zudema throws it a mile in the air, hits a bomb to the back row. Here's Isaacs! But that one just wide to the near side on a rocket from 17 in purple. Back-to-back points for Grace have drawn them to within 1 once again. They've led once here in set 3 at 8-7. Taylor has answered the bell each time. And then the Zudema serve sails out of bounds. Another error from the service line for Grace. Their 7th miscue on the serve tonight to go with those 8 aces. Sherb back in to serve for Taylor. The Trojans up by 2, 15-13 here in set 3. They need the match, they need the set, they need 2 more to win the match. And this one will pick the far corner as Michaela Bell saw the entire Taylor defense was curling to the near sideline. She goes to the far corner and drops home her 2nd kill. Grace back to within 1, down 15-14. Sherb keeps that one off the floor. Isaacs has to lean back and play it over the net on the 3rd hit. They set up Teal near side, right down the line, but Sherb was right there for the dig. Haley Harrell to Adams. Tip to the net, out of bounds near side, but it goes on the point to Taylor on the Adams kill. Her 8th one of the night, and Taylor's lead back to 2. Adams and Ashley Harrell out. Bailey and Dodane back in. And Dodane will serve. Plays it deep, played forward by Mayer. They set up Teal, rainbowing it over. Sherb off the top of the net, ticks over, and this one's going to land in the 3rd row down below us as Sherb, who has had her struggles tonight, gets one to go her way. That will force a Grace timeout. And the Trojans lead by 3, 17-14. Here in a must-win set 3, down 2-0 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
21 errors on to 29 kills for Taylor tonight. Grace 31 kills, 19 errors. But the Trojans have just 1 ace and 3 service errors. Grace with 8 aces and 7 errors from the service line. Taylor up by 3 in set 3, but coming right out of the timeout and smashing one home is Kaylee Teal. Her 11th kill. She's our only player in double figures, in double-figure kills, and a big kill there for Grace draws them to within 2. Trying to sweep the match, they're down 17-15. Haley Harrell to the near side, and Isaacs reaches high over the block, and it's dug in the back row by Mayer. Teal again, across court, dig right there by Sam Korn. Far sideline to Bailey, dug up by Novotny of Grace. Teal again from the near side, a miss hit dies at the net. Teal has almost given away as many points as she's earned tonight. She has a match-high 11 kills, but has 8 errors on the evening. And this error puts Taylor back in front by 3. Here's Nikki Parrott, the freshman coming in to serve. Scooped up by Teal. Hill in the middle, a quick set. That careens off of Sherb, a good set there by Hill. And Lockmuller did the rest. After struggling in set 1 with 3 errors, she's been clean in the last 2. She has 8 kills on the evening, but no errors here in sets 2 and 3. And that brings Grace to within 2, down 18-16. Haley Harrell to Bailey, far sideline. Leaping forward is Teal for the dig. To Zudema near sideline, blocked back over, but it lands out of bounds. So it gives Zudema the kill, her 9th. And it draws Grace to within 1, down 18-17. Korn up to H. Harrell. Down the middle is Pomeranke. Tapped over and out of bounds near side as Graces could not get a clean hand on any of those receives. Ryan Zerniak back in as Taylor leads by a deuce. 19-17 in set 3, down 2-0 in the match. Hill to the middle behind the 10-foot line is Teal. Dug by H. Harrell. Korn scoots underneath. Zerniak tried to change it up but couldn't get it over the top of the net. 2 errors for Zerniak here in set 3. This one brings Grace back to within 1, down 19-18. Emily Sharp in for the Lancers to serve, replacing Lockmuller. Just over the top of the net. Korn receives it clean. And scooping it over will be Zerniak. Hill down the middle, and that one off the block by Kelsey Smith. Her first kill of the night. Ties our set 3 at 19 apiece. This one looking similar to set 1. The only difference, Taylor did not have a real dominant lead like they did in set 1, but a late push here by Grace as they try to sweep the Trojans. Behind the line swing from Bailey. End line just lands on the end line for the senior. 5th kill for Bailey. Taylor back in front, 2019. Adams and A. Harrell back in. The younger Harrell will go back to do the serving. And that one will go out. We're back to even, this time at 20 apiece. Miscues proving more and more costly the later we get in this set. Taylor still with all of their timeouts left in set 3. Grace with 1, should they choose to use them. H. Harrell underneath to the near side, and Zerniak, a right-hand punch. Tapped down by Smith and Zudema for the tandem block. Second block for both of those young ladies tonight, and that forces a Taylor timeout as Grace has battled back, and they now lead 21-20 in set 3. They lead 2 sets and none in the match here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Taylor facing some adversity here in set 3. They trail 21-20. Grace going for the sweep here in the Crossroads League opener for both sides. Harrell will play it back to the middle. Pomeranke will two-hand it over. Hill in the middle, up high, a diving dig by Korn on the swing from Smith. Adams trying to go deep, and that one's out. And Taylor down by 2, 22-20 here in set 3. The serve receive has not been cleaned by Taylor tonight. They had too many errors on the attacking side of things. H. Harrell to Zerniak near side. She'll tool off the block. Zerniak, the lone bright spot for Taylor offensively tonight. 10 kills to lead the Trojans. The lefty freshman has drawn Taylor to within 22-21, and Korn will go back to serve. They played up to Hill. Over her head, far sideline to Bell off the block. Scooped up by A. Harrell. H. Harrell to Adams. A line drive. Was it tipped? No, it was not, as Adams curled it around the block to the dismay of the Taylor fans around us. Timeout taken by Taylor, their second and final timeout of set 3. They're down 23-21 here in set 3. They need a win here to avoid being swept. This is Taylor Volleyball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
(23-21) the lead for Grace in set 3. They're up 2 sets to none in the match. Zudema back to serve for the Lancers. She has been good tonight for those wearing white. She'll drive one deep. H. Harrell to the near side, and Zerniak blocked over by Grace. H. Harrell back underneath, and then Korn will scoop it over. This one awkwardly played back. Teal will have to swing it over. H. Harrell to Zerniak. It's caught in the hands of Teal. And Ryan Zerniak's stellar night continues. 11 kills and only 2 errors for the freshman. She gets Taylor back to within 1. Sherb back to serve here for TU. Down 23-22 in set 3. This one played just before it landed out of bounds. Mayer blocked back over and in. It's Adams and Isaacs one more time, denying the swing, this time of Kelsey Smith. Third block for Adams, fourth for Isaacs. And we're even in set 3 at 23 apiece, and Grace takes their second and final timeout here on the Trojan Sports Network.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
.23 apiece here in set 3 as Zerniak leads the Trojans with 11 kills here tonight. Sherb back to serve. Taylor down 2 sets and none in the match. Trying to force a set 4 here. Hill. Teal has been great tonight. Then she spikes one off the top of the net. And Isaacs looked right at our chair official and said, no, that's not going to count. And for the first time tonight, Taylor is at set point. Isaacs was emphatic that that ball was not coming back over. So Oda Arena rises to their feet. Taylor up 24-23 in set 3, down 2 sets to none in the match. Hill to Teal, a line drive, and we're tied at 24 as Sherb couldn't get underneath that one cleanly. Novotny back to serve for Grace. They're up 2-0 in the match. Floats one over. Sherb punched over by Haley Harrell on the second hit. Novotny to Teal near side. Through the block and Sherb digs it. H. Harrell to Adams. Right down Novotny. Digs it to the scores table. And we're back to set point. 9th kill for Adams. Adams was quiet in set 2. She's come alive in set 3. Dodane and Bailey back in for Taylor. A. Harrell and Adams check out. In the middle, Teal, dug by Korn to the sky. H. Harrell to Isaacs. Blocked over, Korn calls for it. Sherb will play it to Bailey far side, and that one goes back into the net, and Bailey's struggles continue. Her 10th attack error ties set 3 at 25 aside. Grace trying to go for the sweep. Taylor trying to keep their match alive. A float serve from Bell, Bailey to Harrell. Isaacs, a right hand dug by Novotny. A quick set, diving Dodane from the knees. Isaacs plays it back, and Dodane can't get to it, and now it's match point for Grace, up 26-25 in set 3. Bell back to serve. She has 2 of the 8 service aces for the Lancers tonight. No ace here as Korn receives it clean. H. Harrell to Isaacs. Bombs into the far corner. And Isaacs goes stomping to the sideline with grace and power. And Isaacs with 7 kills, has got some mojo working. After rarely playing a season ago, she has come on strong here in her sophomore season. Here's Parrott, tied at 26. Mayer up. They work it to Teal. And just in front of the diving Sherb as Teal keeps finding the open spots in the Taylor D. Her 12th kill to lead the match. And it puts Grace back at match point, up 27-26. Zudema back in. Teal goes back to serve for the Lancers. A sidewinder that's received by Korn. And then scooped over by Bailey. That one's going to go out, but Bell played it anyway for Grace. Zudema softly over, dug by Harrell. Korn calls for it and plays it to Bailey. Off the block, played once. Teal underneath, and a third hit over by Bell. Well done by Grace. H. Harrell on a slide to Pomeranke. And Taylor ties it at 27 as Julia Pomeranke's first kill could not have come at a better time. Ryan Zerniak back in for Taylor, and here's the former setter of the year, Haley Harrell. Down the middle, blocked over, it's Pomeranke again! Back-to-back points from 4 in purple, and Taylor at set point in set 3. First kill and first block on back-to-back points from Julia Pomeranke. Hill, down the middle, Zudema, was it in? It was tipped. And the point will go back to Grace, and we're dead even at 28 again. That one looked to be out on the near side. It just grazed someone from Taylor's hand on the front row. So we're back to even in set 3. Standing room here for the Taylor students down around us. A slide to Pomeranke. It's blocked over by Grace, and they lead 29-28 on the block. A rare block for the Lancers tonight. And now they're at match point once again, and Taylor needs to dig deep. Down 2-0 in the match, staring a sweep right in the face. Received by Dodane, H. Harrell. Here's Zerniak. A laser beam to the net, played off. tapped over by Hill. Bailey got her hand on it, couldn't dig it, was Korn, and Grace battles back, and they win set 3, 30-28, and they sweep Taylor tonight to improve to 7-2 on the year. Taylor drops to 2-2, and the Lancers pick up their first league win of the year as they sweep tonight's match by a final, winning set 3, 30-28. We'll take a break and come back with the Ivanhoe's post-match show after this commercial break here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Play that old song. You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You got to have the music that you listeners to listen to.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Back here inside Odell Arena here on the Ivanhoe post-match show, and a knockdown drag-out fight in set 3 that Grace comes out winning. They win set 3 30-28 to win the match tonight. They won set 1 25-23 after Taylor led 16-11. Midway through that first set. The Trojans just really cannot get out of their own way there in set 2, losing 25-16 after they were up in that second set. They're up 3-2 in that second set. Then after 2 Taylor timeouts in the blink of an eye, Grayson turned a 3-2 deficit into a 13-4 advantage. So they went on an 11-2 burst to kind of flip the script on Taylor there in set 2, and they would not look back from that. Ryan Zerniak led the way for Taylor tonight with 11 kills. Amanda Adams had 9, Grace Isaac 7, and Addie Bailey had 5. Haley Harrell led the way with 25 assists. Leading the team in digs tonight was Sam Korn. She had 22. Jamie Sherb had 12, Haley Harrell had 10, and Ashley Harrell had 11. The Trojans outblocked Grace tonight 7-4. 4 blocks tonight to lead the way in the match was Grace Isaacs. Amanda Adams had 3, Zerniak had 1, Harrell had 1, and Pomeranke had 2. For Grace, they had 2 players in double-figure kills, with Kaylee Teal leading the way with 13. Kelsey Zudema had 11. Michaela Lockmuller had 8. She did a really good job. She had 3 errors there in the first set that gave points right back at crucial times to Taylor, where it looked like the Trojans might take that first set. But Lockmuller came back beautifully in sets 2 and 3 to finish with 8 kills on the night. Open Ice had 3. Bell had 2. 34 assists for Alexa Hill tonight as both teams run just 1 setter, so no surprise there from the assist standpoints. 4 players with double-figure digs. The libero Gina Novotny had a team best 16. Caroline Mayer had 14. Kaylee Teal had 11. And Michaela Bell had 10. 3 blocks for Kelsey Smith, 2 for Kelsey Zudema, and 1 for Kaylee Teal. aces tonight. That's where a big stat that swung in Grace's favor. They had 8 aces to Taylor's 7. They also had 7 service errors, but the Trojans with only that 1 ace committed 4 service errors tonight as well. Alexa Hill had 3 aces, Michaela Bell 2, Novotny 1, and Sharp 1 for the Lancers tonight. With the win, Grace has now won 3 straight over the Trojans after sweeping last season's season series. They now move to 7-2 on the year, 1-0 in the Crossroads League. The Trojans dropped to 2-2 in the Crossroads League. They are 2-2 on the season. They're now 0-1 in league action. They're on the road this weekend with 2 matches on the 31st on Friday, 11 a.m. against Olivet Nazarene. Number 14, they play number 14 Columbia, 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. And then 3 more top 10 teams, all in the top 4. Number 4 Viterbo on Saturday at 1, and then number 3 Missouri Baptist on Saturday at 5 p.m. before heading to Huntington on September 5th. Their next home match will be here against Indiana Wesleyan, the 22nd ranked team in the country, on September 7th. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap things up here on the Ivanhoe's post-match show. Grace sweeps the league opener for both teams tonight. They win 25-23, 25-16, and 30-28 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100 all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
Back here for the final time on the Ivanhoe's post-match show here from Odell Arenas. Grace sweeps Taylor. Your set scores tonight, 25-23, 25-16, and 30-28. Special thanks to Hallie running the camera tonight. Excellent job on her first go-around. Round of applause to Hallie. And Michaela, you've done this a time or two, right, for running the computer this evening. We thank you folks for tuning in as well. Our next broadcast of Taylor Volleyball comes up on September 7th when the cross-county foe Indiana Wesleyan travels here to Odell Arena. First serve will come at 7 o'clock. Our coverage starts at 6:45. With a loss night, Taylor drops to 2-2 on the year. They're 0-1 in the Crossroads League. Grace, with the win, improves to 7-2, and they're 1-0 in league action. This has been a presentation of Taylor Volleyball here on the Trojan Sports Network.